Advisory Council of the Interim Government expanded as Sheikh Bashir Uddin Mahfuz Alam and Mustafa Sarwar Farooqi take oath as advisor. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus urges Singapore to help recover the huge amount of laundered money from Bangladesh. Government is going to issue red alert through Interpol to bring back fugitives of Awami League, including Sheikh Hasina involved in genocide, says law advisor. Anti-discrimination student movement demands trial of fascist Awami League leaders and ban of the party like Chhatra League. At least 24 Awami League leaders became ministers and MPs with foreign citizenship, violating the constitution, reveals ACC investigation. Kyiv launches its biggest drone attack on Moscow since the war began. And Bangladesh to face Afghanistan in the series deciding final in Sharjah tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Tuli Komolika Das, welcoming you all to News at 10. You have just heard the highlights. Let's move on to the details. The Council of Advisors has been expanded with 3 new phases. Newly appointed 3 advisors, businessman Sheikh Bashiruddin, Chief Advisor Special Assistant Mahfuz Alam and cultural personality filmmaker Mustafa Sarwar Farooqi took oath today. President Muhammad Shahabuddin administered the oath at Darbar Hall of Bongo Bhavan this evening. Chief Advisor of the Interim Government Dr. Muhammad Yunus was present.
Amin. সশ্রদ্ধ চিত্তে শপথ করিতেছি যে আমি আইন অনুযায়ী অন্তর্বর্তীকালীন সরকারের উপদেষ্টা পদের কর্তব্য বিশ্বস্ততার সহিত পালন করিব আমি বাংলাদেশের প্রতি অকৃত্রিম বিশ্বাস ও আনুগত্য পোষণ করিব আমি সংবিধানের রক্ষণ সমর্থন ও নিরাপত্তা বিধান করিব এবং আমি ভীতি বা অনুগ্রহ অনুরাগ বা বিরাগের বশবর্তী না হইয়া সকলের প্রতি আইন অনুযায়ী যথাবিহিত আচরণ করিব
After the swearing in, the new advisors signed the oath documents. Advisors of the interim government and high military and civil officials were present. Cabinet Secretary Dr. Sheikh Abdul Rashid conducted the oath-taking ceremony. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus urged Singapore to help recover billions of dollars laundered from Bangladesh and minimize the cost of migration from the country. The Chief Advisor made the call when Singapore's High Commissioner to Bangladesh, Derek Low, called on him at his Tejgaon office in Dhaka this noon. Professor Yunus said that a lot of money was siphoned off from Bangladesh to many countries, including Singapore. He sought all-out cooperation from Singapore in this regard. High Commissioner Low informed the Chief Advisor that his government is pledged to extend cooperation with Dhaka. Professor Yunus also urged the island nation to work with Dhaka in its goal to significantly cut the cost of recruitment of workers from Bangladesh. He said the interim government wants to bring down the cost of migration with a view to helping the country's overseas workers remit more money to their families. We want to create a model structure with Singapore on reducing recruitment costs, he said. Derek Low to express Singapore's desire to work with Bangladesh, saying they want to remove rent-seeking from the recruitment process. He suggested that Bangladesh digitalize its overseas recruitment system, which will reduce the chances for the workers being exposed to human trafficking and exploitation. They also discussed trade and investment cooperation, the foreign policy of the interim government, shipping, education and healthcare of their respective peoples. The chief advisor sought Singapore's backing for Bangladesh's inclusion as a sectoral dialogue partner of ASEAN, to which Derek Lowe said his country was positive. Chief advisor Special Envoy Lutfi Siddiqui, chief coordinator of the SDG Affairs Lamia Murshid, and Charge d'Affaires of Singapore in Dhaka Michael Lee were present. Libya is willing to hire more Bangladeshi workers, including doctors and engineers, to develop the country and has invited Bangladeshi students to enroll in the country's top universities. The Libyan ambassador to Bangladesh, Abdul Muttalib S.M. Saliman, expressed the country's interest when he called on Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus at his office at Tejgaon in Dhaka today. Ambassador Saliman acknowledged the contribution of the Bangladeshi workers in Libyan society, saying that they had a greater role to play in the country, especially in the field of agriculture. Chief Advisor Professor Yunus insisted that Bangladesh and Libya can work together to stop illegal migration and human trafficking. He also urged the ambassador to work on increasing bilateral relations between two countries for increasing trade and investment. Ambassador Saliman emphasized the resumption of air connectivity between the two countries, seeking cooperation from Bangladeshi authorities to this end. Chief of Army Staff General Waqar-uz-Zaman has paid a call on Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus today. The meeting was held at the Chief Advisor's Tejgaon office. Law advisor Dr. Asif Nazrul has said the interim government is going to issue red notice alert through the Interpol in order to bring back the absconding leaders and activists of the Awami League, including Sheikh Hasina. He said this to journalists after visiting the renovation work of the International Crimes Tribunal's old building today. The law advisor said the Awami League filed baseless allegations with the International Criminal Court to tarnish Bangladesh's image, but the government does not take it into cognizance. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Prosecutor said steps will be taken for trial of the Awami League as a party once the government decides. Shahid Nur Hossain Day today. The day was observed in a befitting manner in the country. On this day in 1987, Nur Hossain, who imprinted his bare chest and back with the slogans "Free Democracy" and "Down with Autocracy," embraced martyrdom in police firing during an anti-autocracy demonstration at Zero Point in the capital, now known as Shahid Nur Hossain Square. Nur Hossain's family members paid tribute at Shahid Nur Hossain Square in honor of Shahid Nur Hossain Day early in the morning. Subsequently, people from various backgrounds paid their respects there. After paying tribute to Nur Hossain, General Secretary of Julai Sriti Foundation Sarjiz Alam said that the students will remain on the streets until the end of the dictatorship. Marking the day, the Awami League called for a protest rally at Shahid Nur Hossain Square. In response, various political parties and organizations, including the Anti-Discrimination Student Movement, organized protest rallies to counter the Awami League's program. The protesters said that the Awami League has no place on the soil of Bangladesh. They said that the students and the people must remain united so that no more dictatorship arise in the country. Leaders at a public rally said Awami League has no right to do politics until trial of genocide. The rally was organized by Anti-Discrimination Student Movement at Zero Point in the capital today. Leaders at the rally also said that there is no scope for the rehabilitation of Awami League in politics. The rally also called for banning politics of Awami League for the barbarity and killing of anti-discrimination activists. The rally was addressed, among others, by Central Coordinator of Anti-Discrimination Student Movement, Hasnat Abdullah, General Secretary of Julai Shahid Sriti Foundation, Sarjiz Alam, Coordinator Mobashir Zaman, Spokesman of Inkilab Moncho Shariful Islam, Child Speaker Rafiqul Islam Madani, and General Secretary of Bangladesh Chhatro Federation, Armanul Haq. At least 24 leaders of Awami League became ministers and members of the parliament with foreign citizenships defying the country's constitution. 5 of them are now in jail. The rest did not appear publicly after 5th of August. According to Article 66 of the Constitution of Bangladesh, a person cannot be a member of parliament or a minister if he has the citizenship of a foreign country. Only Bangladeshi citizens are eligible to become ministers or parliamentarians, but since returning to power in 2008, Sheikh Hasina ignored the constitution and appointed people with dual citizenship as ministers and lawmakers. According to the Anti-Corruption Commission, Awami League ministers AHM Mustafa Kamal, Tajul Islam, Saifuzzaman Chaudhry, Khalid Mahmood Chaudhry and Mahbub Ali have British citizenship. 7 Awami League leaders have US citizenship. They are Abdul Shahid, Nasrul Hamid, Junaid Ahmed Palok, Muhammad Ali Arafat, Abdul Subhan Gulab, Mahfuzur Rahman and Salahuddin Mahmud Jahid. On the other hand, 6 have Canadian citizenship. They are Abdul Rahman Mahbubul Alam Hanif, Alauddin Ahmed Chaudhry, Nasim Shamim Usman, Shafiqul Islam Shimul and Habib Hassan. Former LGRD Minister Khandakar Musharraf Hussain has Swedish citizenship. Former Railways Minister Jilul Hakim has permission to stay in Japan. Former lawmaker Tanvir Hassan alias Choto Munir is a German citizen. Former lawmaker M.A. Wahid has taken Papua New Guinea's citizenship. Sheikh Hasina's former private investment advisor Salman Fazlur Rahman is a citizen of Cyprus. Former Foreign Minister Hassan Mahmoud has resident card of Belgium. Chief of Anti-Corruption Reform Commission Iftikharuzzaman said ministers and parliamentarians have violated the multi-dimensional criminal law and authoritarianism has flourished in the country due to dual citizenship. The interim government is developing a separate framework to combat the issue of cyberbullying, which has particularly affected girls in the country. Advisor to the Ministry of Post, Telecommunications and Information Technology, Nahid Islam stated this during a meeting with a delegation from the US-based non-profit organization, the Carter Center in Dhaka today. During the meeting, Laura Newman, senior advisor at the Carter Center, said that they are working on how women in Bangladesh can improve their quality of life through the application of the Right to Information Act. The advisor pointed out that the student-led uprising in July and August created a significant movement. During this movement, the internet was shut down midway, concealing information about enforced disappearances and killings, thereby violating the public's right to access information. He said the interim government is working to ensure that no one can shut down the internet in this way again and deprive citizens of their right to information. During the meeting, ICT Division Secretary Shish Haider Chaudhry, NDC, the Carter Center Bangladesh Chief of Party Shumona Sultana Mahmood and senior officials from the ministry were also present. No money was embezzled in Zia Orphanage Trust, the lawyer of the Anti-Corruption Commission, ACC, told the highest court of the country. Asif Hassan, the lawyer of the ACC, told the court today during a hearing on Khaleda Zia's leave to appeal that according to documents of the case, Taka 2 crore and 33 lakh was transferred and nobody embezzled it. The appellate division will pronounce its verdict tomorrow on the leave to appeal. Former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia was sentenced to 10 years in jail in this case filed by the ACC on charges of corruption, and she had to stay in jail for 25 months. Lawyers for Khaleda Zia said the former Prime Minister was sentenced to 5 years in jail out of political vengeance in Zia Orphanage Trust case on February 8 in 2018. Later, the High Court increased the jail term to 10 years following an appeal of Khaleda Zia, which was rare in the history, they added. Now, moving on to the international news. A massive drone strike rattled Moscow and its suburbs overnight, injuring a woman and temporarily closing Russia's busiest airport. Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin said a total of 32 drones were shot down over the Russian capital's outskirts. Russia's aviation authorities said flights were briefly grounded at major international airports, including Sheremetyevo and Domodedovo. A woman in her 50s suffered burns to her face, neck and hands after drones